Hello, ladies and gentlemen. One half of our Oktagon 46 main event, Jacinta Austin. How are you doing about 12 days out from the big fight?
I'm good, really good. Just finished a conditioning session, so a bit tired, but I'm good, feeling good.
And, the kickboxer has two submission wins in a row. What's going on? What's up with that?
So funny. I didn't actually go out really looking for either of those. They kind of just came to me. But to be honest, ever since I started jiu-jitsu, I fell in love with it pretty quickly. Almost quicker than I did with striking. So I feel like when you have a love for something, you gravitate and you take to it a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have a huge fight coming up. The vacant strawweight title is on the line. Is there any extra pressure, or I'm sure there's extra motivation in this fight camp?
Yeah, definitely extra pressure. Mostly from myself, I think. Pressure on myself to like live up to this big moment that I've spent a long time working towards and creating for myself. Um, there's a lot more excitement, a lot more buzz. I can feel like everyone getting around me a little bit more because we're going into kind of enemy territory to get this
Yeah.
done as well. Yeah. So I feel like a lot of support and a lot of eyes in the community watching, but I like to perform under pressure, so it's all good with me.
And that's my next question. You're going into the Lista's backyard, pretty much. You're going all the way to Germany. So, what are your thoughts fighting in front of a hostile crowd?
I don't think they're gonna be hostile for starters. They were like really welcoming last time. Obviously, they're gonna love the local more, but for as long as I can remember, and especially since I've gone pro, we've always been going into other people's backyards. We've been being in Australia, we have to travel. So we're always going into other countries to verse the locals. So I'm kind of used to it. I kind of thrive on it now. I
And
like
which,
to be the big bad Australian now.
well, I mean, yeah, there's not a lot of, I mean, there's, regional promotions in Australia, but it's only like what, once a year, if that UFC will come around and some of the bigger promotions. So, yeah, you
Yeah,
guys got to get used to traveling on the road, I guess.
yeah,
And,
yeah. We've got to get out there.
and which gym are you at right now? Is this Cariati MMA?
Yeah, this is Karaoke MMA. This upstairs is Legacy Jiu Jitsu. It's two stories. So downstairs is like Karaoke MMA where we do all the striking, boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and then up here is Legacy where we do all the Jiu Jitsu and wrestling.
And then is that like the home base, or is there anywhere else you've been training, or just those two spots?
No, just here. This is my home gym. Every now and then I go out for sparring or I go out to work with like another striking coach or we just go do rounds with other people. But yeah, all my core work is here. All my partners are here. We've developed a good little team of smaller people as well. So I've got everything I pretty much need here.
And just name drop some of your partners and who are your coaches, for those who don't know.
So my coach is the owner of the gym, Alex Cariotti. He's the head coach. He pretty much takes care of every discipline I do, boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, everything.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a big task, big responsibility,
Yeah.
for one person. As far as my partners, my sparring partner I've been using for this camp for the most part, I've actually been training with him for 8 years. We started like very first like amateur kickboxing together 8 years ago. And I've always worked with him, but for this fight in particular, he was perfect because he's a similar size to me, and he's a southpaw, and he loves to use his left hand, and he's a fantastic grappler. So it was kind of cool how we first started together, and now he's going to help me win my first world title.
And
His name's Cody.
his name's Cody. I was gonna say what's this
Okay.
stranger's name? And
Cody. Yeah.
is there anything that you guys are doing differently in terms of preparation for this fight? Because it's a little bit bigger. There's a title on the line, main event, a lot at stake here.
Yeah, just a much higher work rate for the we set a start date of 8 weeks out, so we didn't kind of overload me too much. So a really high output, working on staying because as far as it's going to be a difficult fight to go those 25 minutes physically, it's also going to be somewhat difficult to stay focused for that long.
Yeah.
So doing like a lot of rounds and concentrating on being completely present for every single one of those rounds, like not letting your mind wander, if you get stuck in tricky spots, not letting yourself give up. So yeah, a lot of mental discipline with this camp.
And who's making the trip with you to be in your corner?
So we've got Alex, my head coach, and then I'm having the two cornermen that I had last time as well. I have Anthony, who I used to train with for my amateur boxing, and I've got Kung, who is just kind of like a teammate of mine.
And then you're taking on Katharina Dalisda for the vacant strawweight belt. What are your thoughts on Katharina? I had a chance to talk to her, I guess a month ago. She was very nice. It wasn't for your fight, so I didn't get the chance to ask her. But what are your thoughts on her?
She does seem very nice, to be honest.
She's a
I had
killer,
a
but she's nice. Yeah, most of
yeah,
you guys
yeah,
are.
yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. We were watching a story the other night, and she knitted a dinosaur, and we were like the least intimidating. She'd like hand knitted a little stuffed dinosaur,
That's
and we
great.
were like, she seems awesome. Like, hopefully she'll knit us something. Um, but anyway, she seems like a real like tough bitch as well. Like, she's gritty, she's strong, she's experienced, she can fight. Anyway, I've seen her finish girls on the ground. Her striking is looking pretty good. It's going to be a tough fight, but I believe I'm going to be more well-rounded than her on the night, and I think that I just fight with a little bit more heart than anyone else I fight. So I think that's what it's going to come down to.
And are you envisioning this fight ending in a finish on your part? Do you think you're going to see a full 5 rounds of blood, sweat, and tears? Like, how do you anticipate this fight playing out?
I keep having that vision of like, blood all over the canvas, both of us like going to war in the last round or two. But obviously, ideally, I'd like to finish it early. I think she will present me with an opportunity to do so in the later rounds, maybe from round four. Um, yeah, I don't like to go and expect a quick finish because you don't get them. Last time it happened, but I wasn't expecting it.
Right.
But yeah, she's no pushover. It's going to be a tough fight. I think I will finish her, but it's not going to be an easy task. And I think that it's very important that I do finish her, especially when I'm going to someone else's home show and fighting in front of the home judges and the home crowd. The show is built around her. The show is built around her winning the belt. So I'm going to have to go there and really, I'm going to have to take it.
And what would it mean to you to be that champion, to walk away that night with that strawweight belt wrapped around your waist?
It means everything to me. It's a big it's my big moment for all the work I've put in for almost a decade now. I never got to fight for like a professional MMA title in Australia, simply because we just don't have kind of like the depth to build like a division. Like you can count the amount of strawweight females in one hand.
Wow.
So I feel like I feel like I was good enough to fight for a belt and didn't get to. So this is what I got to do is I got to get out of my home. I got to get out of my home and get out into the big world and do it in enemy territory. And yeah, I'm all up for that.
And you're 28 years old in the prime of your career. You're streaking and you're fighting for a belt. So I guess in short, what's next? Would you like to defend that title, or are you ready to promotion shop, whether that be PFL, UFC? What are your thoughts on what's next in your career?
Well, I am signed to Oktagon for 3 fights. So
Okay.
this is fight number two. So I'm expecting that once I win this one, there will be a defense involved in it, which I'm more than happy to be a part of. And after that, like yeah, my goal has always been to make the UFC. So I feel like if I finish up my contract at 8-1 with a few finishes and a nice big belt, like where else can I go? Like that's where I need to be.
And would you like to get that title defense in 2023 ideally? Are there any opponents who you think would be worthy of challenging you for the belt?
Um, as if I were to finish up this fight like I did the last one with no damage, fresh, didn't work up sweat and fight, I'd be down to fighting again straight away. If I come out of the fight with, a bit of damage, headaches, bruises, cuts, things like that, then I'll wait a bit longer. I don't really care who the next one would be. I've noticed there's a ton of girls in Europe. Like there are so many girls,
Yeah,
and
there's a lot.
like maybe I'm just comparing it to Australia, and they're also experienced. Like around here, you won't find any girls with more than like 3 fights, besides like myself and a couple of others. Um, So I could fight anyone. There's so many good girls. Just pick one. Yeah, someone with a good record, because when I beat them, I want me to look better for it. I don't want to
Sure.
fight someone who's gonna um make me look like illegitimate or something like that. Yeah. So that's the plan.
And then I know you kind of just walked out your plan, go 8-1, the title defense, get into the UFC. What's your ideal pathway for that? Would you like to do the Ultimate Fighter, Contender Series, short notice replacement fight? Like, how would you like to make into the UFC?
I used to say like beginning of this year, last year, I used to say that my route was going to be via Contender Series. But I think if I finish up at 8-1 with a title and a title defense, that I think that I deserve to go straight in. I've seen some of the straw weights at the bottom of the division, and I'm already so much better than them. So I think, yeah, if I win my next two fights, then I want to go straight in. I want to get signed straight to them.
And I'm not sure if you saw, but Josephine was just signed on Contender Series. Is that a potential rematch you want one day? You want that revenge fight in the UFC, maybe?
I think that fight happening again is destiny.
Yeah.
Like, I loved training with her, and I actually really like her as a person after spending like time with her. I can't help but respect like her dedication and commitment after watching her train as well. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of our destiny to cross paths again.
Well,
But
hey,
I'm really happy she got signed, because the only person I've lost to now is in the UFC, so it makes me look better too.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's what I was going
Yeah,
to say. It ages well. It aged like wine.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm happy for her, but yeah, I feel like our business is unfinished.
Well, hey, I'm always down for an exciting grudge rematch. But Jacinta, before I get you out of here, I just want to give you the opportunity. You have so many fans, a whole all nation behind you, and a lot of eyes on this Octagon 46 title fight main event. That being said, anything you would like to say to everybody? If so, take it away. The mic is yours.
Uh, no, I just want to thank like people around here, my team, for getting behind me so much. The whole gym runs the program around what I need and what I need to work on for my fights. So I'm really grateful for them. I just want to thank my sponsors. Humble Jiu Jitsu is one of them. And I just got my purple belt last night, so
Oh,
kind of
congrats!
fit in. Thank you.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, and just let there be blood next week.
I love it. Let there be blood. What a promo, ladies and gentlemen. Do not miss it. September 16th, Octagon 46, the main event. Jacinta Austin versus Katharina Dalisda. Jacinta, thank you so much. Best of luck in the
Thank
title
you.
fight. I hope we can talk again when you're the champion, okay?
Me too. Thanks for having me on.